Hey family, hey family, hey family. It is your girl, Mrs. Michelle Allen Franklin. Yes, Mrs. Michelle DIY for divine intervention, honey. Yes, you know that there are no coincidences in this world, only God's divine intervention in our lives. And Mrs. Community Builder, why? Because you know your girl is going to give you the good information, boo. The things you need for your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotions. Yes. And my good people, y'all know it is Women's History Month, and each and every day, your girl has been inviting a beautiful spirit, a woman that has inspired me along my journey to come and share a part of her journey. And today, my good people, oh my goodness, this woman is amazing. Y'all gonna find out in a few minutes. If you don't know, you're gonna find out. But this amazing woman, she is, I mean, when I say community service, when I say just pouring from the soul, when I say reaching back to help another sister come up, yes, honey, to the 10th power in the studio today, I have Miss Lisa Williams. Woo!
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Thanks for having me this morning.
Yes, 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 honey. When I thought about the women in my life that have inspired me, that empower me, boo, you on the list. You on the
Really
list.
appreciate that. Iron sharpens iron.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Lisa Williams is the president of Black Nurses Rock of Tyler, Texas. She really is the president, and we'll get into it, but she's the president of a couple of things. She's involved in multiple organizations, but the way we met is through Black Nurses Rock, honey. Lisa, tell us a little bit about that journey because I just feel like you are the community service queen. Do you hear me? How did you even get into community service?
Community service is the rent we pay for living on the green earth.
Ooh,
So
ooh.
I was introduced in community service by a great lady, our Jean Henry. I was taking care of her mother and her father.
Mm-hmm.
She's Alpha Kappa Alpha
Mm-hmm.
lady. She's a top ladies of distinction. She's part of the East Texas Links.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I was pretty much introduced. I was a caregiver. And she was like, you know what? In your spare time, you need to do community service. I said, what you want me to do? I'm already working for you. So I was driving her, going to all these meetings. I wasn't part of the organizations, but I was taking her back and forth, helping her and her friends. And she was like, you know what? I want you to join Top Ladies. So, Top Ladies, Rose City Top
Okay.
Ladies of Distinction, was the
Okay.
first nonprofit organization that I joined.
Mm-hmm.
And then I joined Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority.
Wow.
And that's how I started off with the community service. It started in front of people because I had the background from Rose City
Mm-hmm.
Top Ladies of Distinction, and I also had the background from being a AKA. So I was pretty much in the head when we started with Black Nurses Rock.
Yeah. That is amazing. What I found along my journey is that there was always someone that saw something in me that I didn't see really in myself, or someone that said, you would be good at that, or you really need to do that. And so just someone saying to you, hey, you need to come over here and join this. Come over here and do this. Or just the Lord putting you in a space where you can even have that exposure, to see. Because even just looking, I feel like when you're around great people, when you're around people that are doing positive things, that bug is going to get you. That bug
It
is,
is contagious.
yes, yes, it's very contagious. Black Nurses Rock is a phenomenal organization of just service. And tell us what that looked like. Was that the first organization that you were the president of that you decided, I'm going to take this by the horn?
Yes, it's the first organization I have been a president, and I'm the president, I am the founder and CEO.
Yes.
Black Nurses Rock, Tyler, Texas was the first Black Nurses Rock in Texas. We had several organizations in Texas, but we was the first.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
was a member, I was a vice president of Black Nurses Association, which is the mother
Mm-hmm.
of Black nurses organizations when it comes to nurses. They've been around, I know, woo,
I'm 10 years.
60 plus years.
Yes. Yes.
They've been around a while. So that was the first Black nursing organization. So
Mm-hmm.
I was able to be the vice president there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I met a lot of people all over the world
Yes.
from Black Nurses Association.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them happened to be Dr. Demetrius Moss. She was over Gulfport, Mississippi.
Wow.
So later ran into her again. She had created Black Nurses Rock. It was a page. It was a community online page, over 200,000 people on this platform. So we got to talking, and she was like, "You think you want to do a chapter?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah," because it was a younger generation of nurses, and we engaged more because we had that kind of time because we
Yeah.
was all on social media. So I was like, I think this would be something great.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we got the paperwork. She got the organization going, and she sent out information. I was like, yeah. So the same people I had that came to Black Nurses Association, they came over with Black Nurses Rock. Because one of the goals when we set up for Black Nurses Rock, we had to have 10 people. So I already had my 10. I was like, hey, it's this new organization coming. I need y'all to be a part of it. I said, and y'all gonna love it. Just give me the money. It was like, how much is it? I was like, okay. I told them how much it was. Everybody paid their money, and they just let me leave from there on, and everybody was ready to roll. We started out, we was the largest, the
Yes.
second largest chapter. Detroit was the largest
Shout out
chapter for
Detroit.
Black Nurses Rock. And little old Tyler, Texas was the second. We had 100 nurses,
Wow.
and I think they might have had 150.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is amazing. That just goes to show, a lot of this month has been just about women that are walking in purpose. And I always say, when you walk in your purpose, you inspire other women to walk in theirs. And so it was a vision. Dr. Demetrius Moss had at that point in period of time the vision to do something different. And then, hey, you think you want to start a chapter? Yes, I do. Because that foundation had already been laid through you being younger and going out and seeing what these different organizations and what women can do, and just the empowering of that. And of course, Black Nurses Rock is not just for women, it is for men and women, but it is just an inspiring and empowering organization. I know for myself, it gave me space to say, man, what else can I do? you know, what else can I do? And I want to give you your flowers because you have always been so supportive of me and said, baby, you can do this. You can do this. Well, what you want to do? You are RN. You can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You say that to me all the time. You are RN. You can do X, Y, Z. You can do it. You can do it. And
And
I just love
and
it.
and that was one of the things with Black Nurses Rock. Titles didn't get in the way. I
Yes.
am a licensed vocational nurse, respiratory
Yes.
therapy.
Yes.
So titles didn't get in the way.
Mm-mm.
So you was just so glad to be around somebody
Yeah.
that looked like you, that
Yes.
understood the things you went through in the workplace,
Yes.
and also motivated you as well. So
Yeah.
titles didn't play a big part because I seen people come from LVN, RN, DNP, I mean, all the way up the ladder. And that is nothing but glory to God. And I'd be excited, just like I went through the whole program with them.
I
And
know
we
you
got one, and that's Mr. Antonio Bigham and
Yeah.
Keisha Young. I mean, they got in there and they
Yeah.
just just went straight through. I mean, I'm so proud of her.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. It is the ripple effect. It really
right
is the
on.
ripple effect. And you, like you mentioned, Keisha, you called me. I remember saying it is a family, like oriented. We're sisters. It's a sisterhood. Mentorship is part of it. And so, I don't even know that I shared with you that I did, mentored students, and I had students in Baltimore, but you calling me to say, hey, this student is needing some help. Can you help her? And I was like, yes. And that baby has gone on, to do amazing things. Like you said, she's gone on to, other programs and other things, but it started with you. It started with
Right,
you and the vision and the connection that you bring, you know. And that part, and you inspire me every day. And the important part to understand is also, like you said, for people out there, this is the thing. For people out there that are saying, I'm only A.
right.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
You, the Lisa Williams.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Exactly, because as you said, when you are looking at titles or what you don't have, then it takes away from who you are as a person and what you do have. Lisa is an LPN, and in most people's minds, oh, there's no way that an LPN should be, the president of a nursing organization. It should be an RN, or she should have her bachelor's degree. But when I tell you, you do it, and you do it like nobody I've ever seen. The woman is
mm.
a beast.
All
Okay.
but, all but Lisa did respiratory therapy first. Lisa did licensed vocational nursing.
Yes.
Lisa did bachelor's of business
Yes.
from the HBCU,
Ooh,
Texas College.
see?
And Lisa has a master's in health education and promotions
I know that's
from one of our partnerships with Black Nurses Rock, Walden University.
come on, come on, Walter.
Yeah,
So it is, again, the title that you put on yourself. You keep yourself caged in, honey. There's nothing in this world that you can't do. Just
right.
like you just said, there's nothing in this world that you can't do. And
But
Lisa,
if I'm a lead, I have to lead from the front. I can't say, come and get in Black Nurses Rock, come and get in Black Nurses Rock. What did you benefit from Black Nurses Rock? That 10%, that scholarship from Walden University for me to
exactly.
attain my master's degree.
That's
So
right.
if I'm going to pull you in,
Yes,
believe me, I have my receipts.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And I mean, not only are you with Black Nurses Rock, Lisa, when I turned around and I'm like, what Lisa doing now? What's she doing today? What's she doing? Where's she at? What's she doing? Baby, it is not keeping yourself in the box as well. Like, I can only do this or I can only do that. Tell us about the other organizations.
Hey, I am the president of Black Nurses Rock, founder and CEO.
Yeah,
Also, the president of NAACP, Tyler, Texas branch 6232. The
yes,
first woman president here in Tyler.
amazing.
Also, I am the president of National Council Negro Women. And
Wow.
we have a new section here, Rose City Tyler section, and we was just installed last night. So I am on fire
Ooh,
and
thank
super
God.
excited. It was founded in 1935
Ah,
by Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
yes.
So you're gonna see a lot of purple power. We already got the pink and green power. We already got the blue
Black,
power,
yes.
the black and gold for
Black,
NAACP. Now
yeah.
you the purple power.
The purple power, honey. The
Yeah. So
purple
yes.
power.
And
I
all of them
love it.
intertwined together.
Wow.
So social justice and to advocate for women and families. So
Yes.
it all ties in together. So that what
Yes.
makes that so unique about it. And how do I be the president for all those
Listen, I'm
organizations?
like somebody out there asking, how's
Easy.
she doing
Somebody
all
has
that?
to do it. I have great executive board members.
That's
So
right.
it's called delegation. Can't do it
There you
all.
go. There
So
you go.
that's pretty much how we grow with our organization in Black Nurses Rock. As for Michelle, she's a great host. So when I need things host, Michelle is the person to host. If I need a speaker, 9 times out of 10, Michelle can speak about everything. Her and Anissa. So they
Thank
ready to
you.
go. I do have some shy ones, but that what makes our organization so great. We utilize what's in our house first before we go down the street.
Mhm.
Because
Mm.
all the people around me have great talent.
Yes.
So we
Yeah,
start at home first.
I love it.
I don't have to worry about getting speakers and all that. It may be, unless it's something dealing with me and we might get a male physician or something. But when it comes to women, I'm covered. I'm covered.
That's what I said, even with this month, with it being Women's History Month. And I thought, why not? Because, I love always do something different. And I said, why talk about women that I don't know? I know a lot of amazing women. And why not shed some light on their journey and what they're doing? Because I am inspired and empowered by the women that the Lord has graced graced me with along this journey. You know, I mean, look at just everything that you're doing, Lisa. I mean, just amazing. Just amazing. Can you tell us a little bit more about this new chapter that is coming to Tyler, Texas? And people, y'all need to look out for it in your city.
Don't get me so excited. Purple Power Women. Our our national president is Dr. Siobhan Arlene Bradley.
Okay.
She's doing a great job.
Yes.
So basically, we advocate for women and families, pretty much line up with what we do with all the other organizations, but we are very strong advocates, women advocates.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna see a lot of that because that's one of the things I do love is advocating for women and children and families. And basically, right now we have mid-sized membership, and we're ready to work. We're ready to roll up our sleeves. We've been working. We've been having health fairs. We had a health fair not too long ago at Mount Olive Baptist Church. We went to the rural area. Had a great time. I
Yes.
sent pictures in, and we was awarded in the sister magazine for NCNW for hosting a health fair. We'll be part of another health fair that's coming up in May. Smith
Okay.
County Clubhouse. I want to serve. You can reach out to her. I can't say the date right off the top of my head. I did get off of work at 6 o'clock, so I don't want to get you the wrong date. But we'll be hosting another health fair as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much informative information, reaching out, bringing another sister up. This the particular organization. You do not have to have a degree. You just have to be ready to work. And like Dr. Martin Luther King said, anybody can work.
That's right.
Anybody can work.
I love it.
So if you're interested, just hit me up and we can talk about it.
I
We
love it.
have room for you.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
one thing about it, honey, is again, women of service is what I've always surrounded myself with is powerful women of service. And if you are not in service, if you want to get in service, honey, be around some women that are doing some things. And I promise you, you will find your way. I can remember going back to Black Nurses Rock. When you and I met, Lisa, I was not in a good place. I was in a dark place. My big mama had passed, my stepfather had passed, and I was kind of going down in this little tunnel and I didn't really realize it. And I can remember you called and y'all were having that first meeting and you invited me and I said my mom was sick at that period of time and I was so sad. And you said, "Well, just come out, just I didn't want to get dressed, y'all." And Lisa said, just come out and it's a free dinner and it's to have a speaker and everything. And I thought, I don't even know these ladies, I don't know these people. And sometimes I think there's a stigma out there that you can't be around other women, that, it's gonna be this little cattiness or whatever, you know what I mean? So you have that in the back of your head. And I remember I came to the meeting. Not only did I get powerful information, but I walked in and there was prayer. Kawana, not Kawana, what's this baby
Yeah, it
name?
was going on a lot.
Kawana, yes, Kawana Lott said a powerful prayer, and I was like, "Oh," it's like my atmosphere shifted. And then we got this great information. It was great fellowship, like all the women in the room, the energy, that was in that room. It was so powerful. And I thought, "Oh, I need this. I need this." And it was a blessing. But again, it started with one woman walking in her purpose and opening the door to bring other women together to walk in their purpose. And you don't know what people are going through,
I don't know.
but the light that is there and the light, the energy, that you have being in these different organizations. I'm saying all this to say to any woman out there that is feeling some kind of way, get around some other powerful women, join an organization, get yourself involved in some community service, honey, and see if your world don't shift around.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's not about you,
Go
right?
to the hospitals and see who's in the hospitals. Go to the hospitals, and that'll change your whole concept. You think
Yes.
you go through, just imagine some of the people in the hospitals, what they are going through. And at that time, I didn't know what Michelle was going through. I wanted to meet her.
Mhm.
She was so excited. She told me she was from Baltimore. I was like, girl, you from up there with Jamal Bryant? Oh, I got to come visit. I got to go back with you when you come. So I was super excited, and she was an RN,
Yeah.
BSN nurse, and I was like, I
Mhm.
just want to meet you. And it's like, and one of the things we had with retaining membership as a whole, a lot of people send emails,
Mhm.
and people get email fatigue. And I was like,
Well,
I know everybody in my group because Tyler is smaller, because we
yeah.
had people, chapters all over the world.
Mhm.
They had big cities. They just wouldn't know people like I had the chance to know somebody. I could find out where they work. I could find out where they live
Mhm.
because it was not as big as the cities they live
Right.
in. So I made it a habit, and I call everybody. And I was
Yes.
like, hey, this Lisa. You
Yes.
right? Because that case they can't say they missed the email, they didn't see it. I'd be like, hey, we having a free dinner. I really need you to come tonight. She's like,
Yes.
up every excuse. I was not having it. I was like,
Yes.
girl, just put on a t-shirt and come. People not looking at what you have on. Just put on a scrub. Because as a nurse, you can always get by
Right.
with a scrub
You
if
sure
you don't want to
can.
put on clothes. So I was
Right.
like, please, just come. She was like, and I could tell in the voice, I was like a tug of war. And
Yes.
I
My
was
spirit was so
persistent. I
heavy.
was like, I really
Yeah.
want you there. I want the group to meet you. And
Yes.
that's what pulled her through. So when we got there, we did a prayer.
Yes.
Kawana lit the room up.
Yes,
And
you
I
did.
always like a big deal when we go somewhere. I hate to go to an event or a meeting and you be like, oh, was that girl in the red shirt
Right.
and the braids?
Right.
You don't have
Right.
to worry because anytime you're around me, we're
Yes.
gonna go around the table and let you
Yes.
tell us who you are. It's no guesswork because you
Yes.
just as powerful and wonderful as we are. And I
Mhm.
always make that as a household rule.
Yes.
Go and introduce the people in the room. Your network is your net worth.
Yes.
You
Yes.
never know. It's so many jobs that have been given with this organization because I can't
Mhm.
take them out. I like to work my way. So a lot of people call, and I might be sitting next to the director of oncology.
Yes.
Patricia Brennan was great. She had a lot of people
Yes.
come through her program. I might
Powerful.
be sitting next to a director of long-term care facility. You
Yes.
don't know what's in that room. So it's
Yes.
always good to be nice and let
Yes.
them know, hi, I am the Lisa Williams. I am
That's
a
right. That's right.
licensed vocational nurse.
Yes.
Because I'm selling myself. I want you to know, hey, somebody in the room and I'm not there. I need you to step up and
That's
say,
right.
Lisa can do it.
That's right. That's right.
So that's one of the things I'm really big on when we have events or we have a meeting. They're going to know who you are. Now, if
Yeah.
you don't want to say much and you just give a name, people know who you are.
Yes.
And you're going to know who the people in the room were.
Yes. That is so true. And that is one of the things that I love about your meetings, Lisa, coming to the meetings is, we get to catch up. with people we hadn't seen. But the other part is, oh girl, I didn't know you did that. Oh, I didn't know. And it's just networking. It's so organic that happens. And you going, oh man, I didn't know that you did that. Oh, let me talk to you afterwards. Or, all of that happens. It's just amazing. It's just
Right.
amazing. And I just remember my cup was so empty, but I remember just being poured into and just feeling like, okay, Lord, I can do this today. Okay, I can do this. Okay. Yeah, I remember when I used to feel like this. Okay, I need to get back to this feeling. The other part about being around women is that, when you're around, when you're not feeling yourself and you don't want to get dressed and you don't want to, it gives you that thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna be around my girls today. Let me see what am I wearing? Because everybody gonna be cute today and we're gonna be taking pictures. And so
That's
it
another
gave
big
you
thing. We
this
did a
thing.
lot of social media.
Yes, it gave you
We
the like, oh, let me see
billboards. I
this.
mean, I just felt like we was nurses. We work hard, and
Yes,
we coming out hard. So we
yes,
had billboards. I mean,
yes,
it's not too much we haven't did.
yes,
So I mean, it's been very rewarding. And even if you don't join Black Nurse Rock, I mean, any nursing organization can help.
yes,
Just being around like-minded people,
yes, yes,
that is a plus, because just looking back at, from me coming from Black Nurses Association, that made me stronger when I came to Black Nurses Rock, because I was
yeah.
already a vice president over there. I
Hmm.
just had a different group of people. I had younger people in Black Nurses Rock. I had like middle-aged married couples in
Hmm.
Black Nurses Association, but I still got that great wisdom
Yes,
and knowledge.
yes. Yes. It's like, you're a sponge. You got to, take it up in the areas that you are in because it's all preparation,
Right.
And who knew? Like, you didn't know at that time that you were being prepared for these other organizations. But God, in His amazing wisdom, was, sent you over there to soak that up and your wings to get a little bit stronger, you know.
Hmm.
Because if you would have just, I'm sure if you would have asked a younger version of Lisa, you going to be the president of any organization? Are you going to be doing XYZ? What would she have said?
Lisa's gonna be making money. Pulling this double, that double. That was always just the thing, to make money, make money. It's more than making money. Money
Yeah,
is a tool, depends on how we use it. But
yeah,
get your 8 and hit the gate and prepare yourself,
yeah,
because it's nothing like always having something to fall back on and
yeah,
having different perspective. It's okay if you're doing nursing, but have other things as well. Because as a nurse, that's all we talk about: nursing, nursing, nursing,
yeah,
nursing. You need the perspective from another point of view sometimes. And
yeah,
so that's when I went for my bachelor's and my master's, and I had a different perspective. I had a
yeah,
perspective from not just the nursing perspective, but from the consumer perspective.
yes,
So
yes,
it's good to get both, and then you'll be well rounded.
yes,
And
yes,
you can kind of see how one play the other, because as a nurse you're gonna be like, I'm the nurse, this is what I need, and I want them to do this. Why they won't do it now? I
mhm,
see why they won't do it. They
yeah,
might have didn't get somebody that looked like me and took time out to
yeah,
explain them what they need to do.
mm,
Somebody could have came and they felt intimidated and didn't want to say, okay, well, I don't feel good, I'm having this trouble, I don't know what you're saying to me.
yes,
Because sometimes people can come in and they talking way over your head. I'm a nurse, and sometimes they still go over my head. I'll be like, hold on, what are you talking about?
right,
So just imagine if they do me that way and talk over my head, and I'm
mhm,
a medical person, how
right,
would they do with a lay person? So
exactly,
we just have to fine tune that. And
yeah,
so what I pretty much do is give tools for when people go to the doctor. Have your questions written down, because
mhm,
they get there and everything is fast paced,
yes,
and they going from this room to that room. Get there early enough and have those questions written down and give them to the reception and let the doctor know, hey, this is what I have questions about.
definitely,
Right.
Yeah,
Because you by the time he get to you and talk with you, your mind go blank because you're a little nervous. Everybody has a little white coat.
exactly.
They get nervous when they see the doctor because they thinking something bad is going on or they just nervous. So those some tips. Have a family member to go. Have somebody to go because
Yeah,
I do home health and so many times people go. I'm like, what did the doctor say?
they don't know.
I don't know. Where's the paperwork? Oh, it's over there. What you taking this for? I don't know. I'm like, why didn't you tell him you didn't know? I didn't want them to know I didn't know.
Yes, they sold the embarrassment. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so things to that nature. Have somebody to go just sit and then they make and repeat what was said to you because focusing on what's the problem and not what's the solution. So
Yeah.
take another set of ears.
Yes. Yes. I can't even tell you how many phone calls is, working in the office and they'll go to a specialist or something and they'll call us asking us, well, what did the specialist say? Well, I'm not sure, baby. I wasn't at the appointment with you.
Mhm.
So then you're trying to figure out, what happened and piece things together and everything. And so it is very important. Those are great tips, Lisa. Those are really, really
Right.
great tips. I think the other thing you said was, as a nurse, I was talking, I did a podcast the other day talking to one of my other nursing friends, and we were talking about just stepping outside of your comfort zone. Nurses feel like in any profession, this is any profession, but a lot of nurses feel like this is the only thing that I can do. I can only work on a unit. I can only do this. And when I tell you, when I left the unit, because I thought I was gonna just retire a floor nurse. I thought that was the bee's knees, honey. That was just it. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't just gonna be working these 12-hour shifts my entire life, and get my 40 years or whatever it was and retire. But after the burnout, set in 7 years, 7 years of that and into burnout, it was, what else can I do? So I think that you are too a prime example, and being around other nurses for me has been a prime example of what else I can do. I don't have to fit myself in this little box of I can only do, X, Y, and Z. When we went to the Black Nurses Rock, my first Black Nurses Rock convention, I remember, Lisa, and you said, having permission to get your education, to go higher, to be around other people to inspire you. We were in a room, guys, where nurses were looking outside of nursing for income, right? And we're developing businesses. We all have gifts that we don't utilize, right? That we're just sleeping on. And I remember being at the Black Nurses Watch convention. I'm sitting there. It probably was the brokest I had been in my life, but I was determined to go because I knew the power of being around our local meetings and you guys coming back about these national meetings. I said, I'm going. And I remember going in that first one, and we were sitting in the very last class before the end of it. And it was all of these women in there that had started their own business in less than 6 months, and they were seeing the product of it. I remember getting the emails and the meetings and all of the things, and I was like, man, I wish I could do that, but I didn't know what I could do. But coming and being around people that had started their own business, right? Now you have people that were selling hair. You had people that had, this girl had designed these pretty fuzzy socks. Some women were doing jewelry. It was just a gamut of things, but it was being open to the possibility of what else in this life is for you. Lisa, speak about that because I know that you have started your own business and did your own journey as well.
Yes, around when COVID was out. I was when COVID started in what 2020,
Mm-hmm.
I was working on my master's degree. So they had all these classes online, POC. I said, what is POC? BIPOC, POC. I was like, let me look this up. and they was giving scholarships.
Wow.
I was like, people of color? I said, that's me. I'm brown, so I qualify.
People
So
of color.
I just pretty much started sending information in while working on my master's. That a doula program came up, and I was like, you know what? This would be so cool. You
Yeah,
don't hear about a lot of doulas, black
yeah,
doulas in Tyler. Now
yeah.
it's real popular in Dallas, Fort Worth area, in big cities, and we
Mm,
do have doulas here. We got a lady in our group, Jasmine. She's a midwife,
mm-hmm.
so she's joined Black Nurses Rock, and we found out about all that. She does a great job and have a birth center as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna try this doula. So I did the doula program, and I enjoyed it. And not only that, because I feel like every woman need a doula. And
Yeah.
now people think to have a doula is luxury to have a doula. It's not. I put a post and I said, I'm doing free doula service. Not one black applied.
Wow.
I said, let me try this again. So I got the statistics and I put 3.3 black women
Mm.
die from infant mortality.
Wow.
So call, DM me if you would like for me to be your doula. I
Wow.
don't want to get it mixed up with nursing. I'm not your nurse. I'm your doula. It's nothing physical. It's all emotional,
Mm-hmm.
informational, where you can advocate for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I had two young ladies. They ranged the age of, I had one that was 18, her first baby, and I had another one probably about 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting
Yeah.
because what I found out in they man, they thought induced mean quicker.
Wow.
So they went to the doctor and they was like, yeah, I'm getting induced. I said, hey, do you know what induction means?
Wow.
Oh yeah, the doctor gonna I'm gonna get induced. I said, do you know that delay your pregnancy? Delay your labor? Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm gonna just get inducted. They didn't know. I mean, we went from anywhere from talking about what how they wanted to do the lights in the bedroom, that they want to do the golden hour when the baby come out. They're gonna lay the baby there and wait a while for they cut the cord. We talked about the playlist. We talked about who was gonna be there because at that time you could only have one or two people there.
Yeah, with COVID, yeah.
So I was able to go with one of them, and the other one, she wanted her mom there, and I had a third one in Alabama, and we
Mhm.
did that one over the phone.
Wow.
Yes. So they knew everything they could advocate for. They knew they had a right to do whatever they decided because they gave the birth plan prior going into labor.
Yes. And that's one thing that I don't think that we pay enough attention to in the African American community is planning, the pre-planning. Like I think
Right.
everybody's like, oh, the day comes and you just wait for the contractions to start, and oh,
No,
I gotta go to the hospital. And that is just not the safest thing to do. You knowing this baby coming for 9 months.
no, with them, I even did the power of attorney. What if you die
Yeah.
while giving that baby? Who's gonna take care of that baby? We need to know. So we did power attorney forms.
Wow.
We did the tours of the hospital
Yes.
because those was one of the things I wanted them to know. Go and look where you're having your baby. Go and look and see how many people can come. Go and
Mhm.
look at the room set up. Will you be going out the room? Will you stand in the room? You know, I
Mhm.
had my baby 35 years ago, so I was pulled out of that room, went to another room. Now
Yeah.
you stay in the room.
Yes.
So I felt like that was important. And also, they had to know CPR
Oh, that's good.
because nothing's worse than being at home with
Yes.
a baby and you cannot do CPR.
That's right.
I was real big on that. If
Yeah.
they didn't take it from me, I let them know, hey, go and get it whenever you can, the whole family.
Yes.
But I was a couple that I did get them to do CPR first aid. Your baby choking, we don't need you to panic.
That's right.
I mean, your baby can't breathe, we don't need you to panic.
Yes.
So I was real big on that.
That's huge. I'm gonna tell you what, when my Marley was, she was just a couple of months old. We were sitting in a living room, and Marley turned blue all of a sudden. And even with my nursing background, and I'm working in pediatrics, I still paused, because you are afraid. So it doesn't matter what your background is or what it is. I mean, I remember I started praying and I asked Lord what to do. And of course I went into action. But what Lisa is saying is that, when you don't have the preparation and you don't know what to do, your outcome can end up tremendously. People are passing away, children are passing away. It doesn't have to happen. You don't have to be a part of the statistics, you know.
Right. And they also have an app. It was called Kicks,
Mhm.
from having babies that was being stillborn.
Wow.
So you can pretty much download the app and you can put in every time you got a contraction or you heard your baby move. So that
Mm.
way you can pretty much gauge how much your baby been moving. Because there's so many people go in labor and they baby come out and still born.
Yes.
But it will gauge when your baby's at an age where it needs to start moving or have activity. You can pretty much gauge it, and I thought that was a great program as well. And it
Yeah,
was a free app. They got that information.
that's beautiful. What was the name of the app, Lisa?
It was called Kicks. I think it
Wow.
was called Kicks.
Wow. That's amazing. And I love it. It's so much technology now that it's so much education out there. You really just have to tap into it, guys. Everything is really pretty much available for you at this point. You just have to be open to it. We're not victims. you know, Information is available to us. Research it. All you have to do is
Hmm.
Google. Let me just Google what's the best app for, or is there an app for, and things will start popping up. I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
because every pregnancy is different.
Yeah.
Each pregnancy is different. You're not gonna have you had a baby last year or you had a baby 2 or 3 years ago. Each pregnancy is different.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
your pregnancy is not like somebody down the street pregnancy. Everybody pregnancy is different.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
let me
and
clarify
and
something.
that will
That
inspire
app for
another woman.
stillborn was Kicks Count. I knew I was missing something. I've been up since 6 o'clock, but
Okay.
it's Kicks Count, and that counts your baby kicks. Okay, next, moving on to the question, ma'am. What are
Mhm.
the things I could tell women that inspired me?
What is something else? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is my question.
Or did I just make my own question up?
What is my question? No. What is a lesson? This is what I want. The name of this podcast this month is called Lessons and Blessings. And so,
Lessons and blessings.
what is a lesson that you have learned along the way that you can share with another woman? That's what it is.
The lesson and blessing.
Lessons and
Ooh, I
blessings.
learned several. But
Yes. You can
one
give
of the
as many and as
ones
much
that
as you
did
want.
stick
Yes.
out, and I think a lot of people kind of get stuck on, everybody not gonna like you. You're not gonna be everybody cup of tea.
Yes.
But you treat people cordially and you keep moving. Don't get discouraged.
Yes.
Because people don't understand your vision because that's not their vision, that's your vision to begin with.
That's
Now,
right.
when I came to Tower, and still today, we still got small minded people that don't look like me. And then some that look like me. Why you
Mhm.
call it Black Nurses Rock?
Right.
Why? It's not about, we already know every nurse rock because we all had to pass that
That's right.
NCLEX.
That's right.
So we not saying
That's
one nurse is better than the next nurse
right.
because we all come through the same NCLEX for the state of Texas.
That's right.
I'm talking local.
Right.
So all nurses rock, but what make our Black nurses rock, we're advocating
Yes.
to people that look like us. Well, we advocate for everybody, but we want to make sure we get the people that look like us, because it's a mistrust of healthcare.
That's right.
And if you go to any statistics, Google them. Don't take my word for it. Google it. Black people are at the top of every statistic.
Every.
HIV and AIDS. Every
Yeah.
June the 27th, we're at Walgreens. We
Right.
do HIV and testing. That's every year. Uh, COPD,
Yeah.
CHF, congestive heart failure,
Yes.
diabetes.
Yes.
Google it. When you see the statistic by race, it's black people.
At the top.
So the scary thing about it now, they cutting Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. So
Yeah.
who you think gonna be hit the most?
Exactly.
Black people. Because we don't even trust the healthcare system. Now you coming in, we won't have PCPs. Everybody gonna be overwhelmed by the ER because won't nobody go to the doctor. Everybody running to the ER. They already overwhelmed because everybody already used the ER
Yeah.
for the doctor.
Right.
So people are gonna be dying faster for unpreventable deaths. They
Mm-hmm.
could have been prevented. Because number one, sometime when they go, they have a bad experience. For example, when ladies go and they pregnant, some of them buy a ring, a cheap ring, just so they can act like they married, because they have to be judged because they have a baby and not married.
That's right.
And we shouldn't have to go through that. So that's disheartening.
That's
When you
real.
talk to people, why you wait so late to go to WIC? Why you wait so late to go to the doctor? Because the gatekeepers, and
Yeah.
that's why you have to be careful who sit at the reception desk. They need to go out there in the world to see what happens. Like when I worked for At Home Health,
Mm-hmm.
they had the receptionists to ride in the car with the nurses, so they got to see what the nurse did when they went in the car, when they got in the car, when they went in the house, when they came out the house, and when somebody called them, what they had to do, and they can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing about it, the people that's at the desk need to be trained, and they do have a great program they was doing at Ethan's. A lot of organizations was using where it's a private stimulation, and I went over there several times and volunteered, and I thought that was neat for different jobs to send people that's the gatekeepers or in the business offices so they could see how some people have to live, how some people don't have nothing to eat, how some people don't have gas to get somewhere. Not
Yes.
every decision people make might not be the right decision, but that's the best choice they had at that time, and they
Yeah.
shouldn't be judged by it
That's
because
right.
nobody got a heaven or hell to put them in.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I love it.
Yeah,
It is, it is sad because I get the phone calls. They can't go to the emergency room because, it costs too much. I can't afford to go. And so just the ripple effect of just like you're saying, what the administration is doing and then just people that are everyday people that are just being judgmental for whatever
yeah,
reason, understanding how that affects everyone. It's not about you. Again, it's not about you.
right.
And the other part is that you never know when you're going to be in a situation where
You a paycheck away. Take one paycheck, you'll be right down there with them. It don't
yeah,
take much.
it don't take much.
One step away. And COVID, when COVID hit, it didn't matter how much money you had.
That's right.
It had a matter how big a house you had, what kind of car.
That's
COVID
right.
didn't care. It didn't
Yeah.
care if you was black, white, or blue. It did not care.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Look, Madam President is what I call her. And you see why, honey. She is a gift, baby. You are just a gift from God. And again,
Thank
I
you so
just
much.
I just want to give you your flowers because again, when you walk in your purpose, you inspire others to walk and theirs, and
That's
you have
right.
inspired me.
And I
You have empowered me in so many different ways.
I do want to need another plug, and then I'm gonna get off my
Plug
soapbox. But
on,
for
boo.
as nurses, we need more nurses. Go and get seat at the tables.
Yes.
One of the best things I could have did, and it hit from Black Nurses Rock, was get on boards. And I've been on too many. But I was able to see another perspective, and I was able to know what was going on in my community.
Yeah.
So boards are a great start. It don't matter if it's I started with the streets, City of Tyler. I mean, keeping Tyler beautiful. Just get
Mhm.
on different boards and learn how things operate where you are.
Yes.
It makes a difference. You have to sit at the table.
Have a
And
seat.
then you can see how everything just go like a domino effect.
Mm-hmm. I
You'll
think,
find a niche that you like and check and see can you get on that board. Now they don't want you on there to be cute.
right.
They want you to work.
Yeah.
But you learn so much. I mean, I've been on Discover Science Place. They do a great job. And the favorite one is East Texas Food Bank.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think everybody should have get to eat.
Yes.
But I mean, getting on these boards, you get to see the behind the scene, how hard people put work in
Mm-hmm.
and help the community. I mean, now that is a lesson. That's a real lesson and a blessing
Yeah.
because you can donate to these organizations and you
Mm.
don't have to worry about why you donate because you know they're doing the right thing.
No, they
And we
doing.
have several great boards, and I can attest to that. They doing the right thing.
I love it.
So get out of school, find you one charity you like, and say, "Hey, I want to donate to this charity every month." Just pick one. One you got a niche. If you think everybody need to eat, go East Texas Food Bank. If you got kids or you think it's an interest for Discover Science Place, I mean, donate. And it's more than that. It was just things I come off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But they got the Tyler ISD Foundation. That's where they help teachers give grants and better the classrooms. They got a closet community. They looking for volunteers where they taking khaki pants, hoodies, where if somebody come to school, they don't have something, they can go to the closet and get it. They
Wow.
won't be picked on and bullied. It
They,
is so many opportunities that you can give. And I think every nurse, when you come out, not even just nursing, I mean, if you get on the job, pick a 501c3
yes.
to donate to monthly. If it's not but $10 or $20, whatever you can afford, just give them something because it comes right back to the community.
Yes. Yes. Powerful. Powerful, sweetie. Thank you. Madam President has stayed up for your girl to do this interview. I appreciate you, honey. I know you have to go to sleep. I know you're tired. I appreciate you for sharing your journey, for inspiring us, for empowering us to get out of our comfort zone, get out there in the community. It is always something to do. What I'm doing in the community and what you're doing may look different, but it all is going to come together at the end. Romans 8:28, honey, it's all working together.
For
It's
the
all
good.
working together. Yes. And so, again, I thank you. I really can't say enough. I'm not going to cry. But I'm not going to cry. But again, when I think about the different aspects in my life that you have helped, you didn't even know. You know what I mean? You didn't even know that you were helping me through the darkness, giving me students to mentor, gave me purpose at a time that I didn't have purpose and I was searching for purpose. Saying, hey, I got this organization, they need somebody to come speak. That has helped me develop, relationships with people outside I would have never met, another other amazing people. It's just like, hey, you got time? You want to? Yes, I'm going. If you call me, I'm going.
And they
But
really enjoy you.
I appreciate the trust. But I think it takes trust when you have that and you find that. And I cherish that in you. And so I
Well,
think
to God be the glory. That's not Lisa, that's God.
I appreciate you, honey. I appreciate you. Well, thank you. All right, my good people. We have poured today. Every time I finish one of these, honey, I just feel empty. I just feel like the Lord is just, I'm pouring and pouring. We're pouring. I'm giving you. I told y'all I know amazing people, honey. God has blessed me. I know amazing women. It is Women's History Month. Baby, each and every day, I'm telling you, I'm challenging you to look around at the amazing women in your life Who is in your life that inspires and empowers you? Call them and tell them thank you, honey. Don't take these people for granted. And get out there. And I hope we inspired you to get out there and do something. You could be like me and have been in a terrible place and in the darkness. I promise you it will give you light. That is the road to light, is to be in service of others, no matter how big or how small, right? Whether you're donating or whether you're going out there and you're actually doing some work. But I hope we have inspired you today. Well, family, join me tomorrow. I'll be back with another phenomenal woman. Because I told y'all I know amazing people. You know how your girl do it, honey. I aspire to inspire until I expire, honey. Thank you, Lisa. Bye, family. See y'all
All
tomorrow.
right.